Hello and welcome to the Metal Gear Solid previous operations video. In this video I will be reading the previous operations for Metal Gear 1 and Metal Gear 2 from the Metal Gear Solid game on the PS1. I originally intended to have this with a face cam, however the face cam that I recorded went and recorded into slow-mo. And I couldn't figure out how to adjust it on my computer, so I am just doing a voiceover instead. With that being said, I'm going to go ahead and let this load and continue with reading the operations. After uploading the operations here, I will go ahead and also upload the briefing files. So here we go, special, and then previous operations. And then we'll start with Metal Gear. Then afterwards I'll do Metal Gear 2 Solid Snake. The year 1995, deep in South Africa, 200 kilometers north of Garsberg, Outer Heaven, an armed fortress nation established by the legendary mercenary who was feared in combat by both his friends and foes as a hero and lunatic. The Western nations have found out that a weapon of mass destruction that could rewrite war history is under development at Outer Heaven. They have called upon the high-tech Special Force Unit Foxhound to take care of the situation. In response to this order, Big Boss, Commander-in-Chief of Foxhound, sent Gray Fox, the man with the codename Fox, which is given to the best member of the unit, Operation Intrude N313. After a few days, his last message being Metal Gear, Gray Fox is missing in action. Taking the situation seriously, the top men of the West again called for Foxhound. Big Boss selects Solid Snake, who just recently joined Foxhound, as the agent and entrusts everything to him. Successfully making a solo infiltration to Outer Heaven, Snake got in touch with local resistance members Snyder, Diane, and Jennifer. With their cooperation, Snake succeeds in rescuing Gray Fox. Gray Fox then laid out the terrifying facts about Metal Gear. Metal Gear was the development name of a nuclear warhead-equipped two-legged walking tank. It can walk through even the roughest terrains that would stop normal tanks. It can conduct local warfare by itself with unique weapons like its Vulcan cannon and anti-tank missiles. It was indeed a new type of weapon that can conduct a nuclear attack against any place on the face of the Earth, from any land surface. With Metal Gear, Outer Heaven was trying to establish its military superiority over the entire world. In order to destroy Metal Gear, Snake rescues Metal Gear's chief engineer, Dr. Petrovich, and his daughter Ellen, who was taken hostage for her father to continue with his development. And here is from Dr. Petrovich how to destroy Metal Gear. However, as Snake approaches the heart of Outer Heaven in Metal Gear, well-designed traps are set all around Snake, as if all of his actions are being leaked to the enemy. In the midst of the escalating battle, the leader of the resistance, Snyder, falls into the hands of the enemy, and Snake himself gets injured through the deadly battles with Outer Heaven's best mercenaries. But Snake's indomitable spirit leads him to the 100th floor basement of the secret base where Metal Gear was developed, evading the powerful defense system that wipes out all intruders. Snake ultimately succeeds in destroying Metal Gear. Snake tries to escape from Outer Heaven upon completing the mission. However, during the escape, he was confronted by one man, Foxhound Commander-Chief Big Boss. Big Boss laughs at the astounded Snake and tells him of the truth about his mission. While serving as the Commander-in-Chief of Foxhound, Big Boss also ran a mercenary dispatch company utilizing his connections and capital from his years as a merc. He was planning to build this company a larger military establishment, and he built Outer Heaven as its base. His purpose for sending the rookie Snake to Outer Heaven was to cause information confusion against the West. However, Big Boss miscalculated. He never thought that Snake would make it this far. Having lost Metal Gear, Big Boss activates the self-destruction system of the underground base. While the countdown to destruction continues, his scream echoes in the emptiness. You have gone too far. Too far! On the 100th floor basement, the battle between two men commences, free from ideology and politics. The armed fortress nation Outer Heaven collapsed. The impenetrable fortress, made from the best military technology and occupied by the toughest mercenaries, burned in the flames. Behind him, the flames reached skyward as Outer Heaven fell, leaving Solid Snake all alone. And that's a wrap for Metal Gear. And now we'll proceed with Metal Gear 2 Solid Snake. 1999. The world was facing an energy crisis. It was obvious the supply of petroleum would run out faster than expected. However, the development of an alternate energy resource is far from completion. The price of petroleum has skyrocketed, and the world economy is in confusion. The 21st century was expected to be one of chaos. One man's invention changed the entire situation. A chess genius and biologist, Dr. Keo Marv, invented Oilix, a microorganism that refines petroleum, to produce a highly purified form of petroleum. The world was filled with hope upon discovery of this messiah to solve the energy crisis, but at the same time the world entered a time of tension regarding this new algae. I think it's algae. I'll just start saying algae. Just when the whole world's attention was drawn to Oilix and Dr. Marv, he gets abducted by someone and disappears. Nations begin investigations immediately, and a name soon appeared: Zanzibar Land. Zanzibar Land was a democratic military regime that suddenly appeared in Central Asia in 1997. When their uprising took place, the CIS army formed around Russia, sending in a suppressive unit immediately. Zanzibar Land resists by gathering a band of mercenaries from nations around the world and fortifying most of its land. As a result, the CIS army was repeatedly defeated, and Zanzibar Land declared its independence. Due to the active role mercenaries played, this war was called the Mercenary War, and Zanzibar Land was referred to as an armed fortress nation, a military nation with a group of strong mercenaries surrounded by a tough fortress. According to the latest information, Zanzibar supposedly is armed with nuclear weapons. The whole scenario was crystal clear. By obtaining Oilix in addition to nuclear weapons, Zanzibar Land was trying to establish its economic and military superiority over the entire world. Concerned about the situation, the United States orders Roy Campbell, Commander-in-Chief of High-Tech Special Forces Unit Foxhound, to rescue Dr. Marv. Campbell was a former member of Foxhound. He brought back Solid Snake, the man who single-handedly brought down the armed fortress nation of Outer Heaven 4 years ago, and asked him to come back and win both Dr. Marv and Oilix. Successfully infiltrating Zanzibar Land, and with the help of CIA agent Holly and others, Snake is able to go deep into the fortress and meet again with Dr. Petrovich, the chief engineer of Metal Gear at Outer Heaven. He too was abducted to Zanzibar Land and was forced to develop another Metal Gear. He tells the surprised Snake of an even more shocking fact. Big Boss, the man Snake had defeated at Outer Heaven, turned out to be the general commander of Zanzibar Land. Snake rescues Dr. Petrovich in cooperation with Natasha, Dr. Marv's guard, and former chess international secret police agent, and then heads for the confinement facility deep in the fortress to save Dr. Marv. When Petrovich and Natasha crossed the narrow suspension bridge over the deep valley, a missile blew the bridge away. Natasha flies into the air because of the explosion. While unable to do anything to save Natasha, Snake starts hearing a well-known voice. "Hey, Snake, we are good buddies. I can let you go. Just leave this place at once." He didn't actually say that in Metal Gear 2. Gray Fox. Snake sees Gray Fox controlling Metal Gear, the best soldier in Foxhound, who, after the fall of Outer Heaven, disappeared as if he followed Big Boss. Losing Natasha in front of his eyes and letting Petrovich being taken away, Snake screams, "Fox, I will not give up." After a series of deadly battles with mercenaries, Snake finally gets to Dr. Marv's confinement facility. However, when he reaches it, he is too late. He sees Dr. Marv's corpse and Petrovich, who could do nothing but just stand there. Petrovich tells Snake that Dr. Marv could not withstand the repeated tortures because of his heart problems. Snake then receives an emergency call from Holly. The information she supplied was very shocking. Petrovich has been voluntarily visiting Zanzibar Land to develop Metal Gear. The abduction of Dr. Marv was conducted under the directions of Petrovich himself. After the truth comes out, Petrovich attacks Snake, but Snake easily puts an end to him and obtains the structural plan of Oilix. While trying to escape, Snake is confronted by Metal Gear again, controlled by Gray Fox. The tremendous battle takes place in the underground base, and Snake finally succeeds in destroying Metal Gear. However, Gray Fox does not submit and challenges Snake to a final battle. In the midst of a minefield, Snake and Fox fight without any weapons, a fist-to-fist duel involving no hatred or murder intent. During that weird moment of purity, the two are bound in forces, transcending words and emotions. Snake wins the tough but pure battle against Gray Fox. However, there was still someone else Snake had to fight, Big Boss. Just like 4 years ago, at Outer Heaven, Big Boss was waiting for Snake. One who has experienced the tension of battle can never leave the battlefield. I am the one giving you something to live for, and that is war. Snake is infuriated at the arrogant Big Boss. There is only one battle I have left to fight. To free myself from you. To shatter the nightmare. Big Boss, I will kill you. With the structural plan of Oilix, Snake and Holly escaped from Zanzibar land on a rescue helicopter. Snake once again saves the world. However, there is no smile on his face. Big Boss's last words keep ringing in Snake's head. Whichever wins, our battle does not end. The loser is freed from the battlefield, but the winner must remain there, and the survivor must live out his life as a warrior until he dies. Snake then disappears into the white lands of Alaska alone. And that concludes Metal Gear 2, Solid Snake, the previous operation for Metal Gear Solid. Now, with this being concluded, we will end it here, and I will proceed with uploading the Metal Gear Solid briefing files. And then after that will be our playthrough of Metal Gear Solid. Thank you for watching, and have a wonderful day. Peace.